Kid Dynamite is what they call me, and I watch 8-count boxing now on Channel 27. Watch out, it's a knockout.
Daniel Perez. Here's the opponent at 147 pounds. In the blue corner, representing the Hideout Boxing Club, Robert Tanuz. In the ring corner, fighting independent, Daniel Perez. His opponent at 147 pounds. In the blue corner, representing the Hideout Boxing Club, Robert Tanuz.
Okay, here we go. 3 rounds for the New Mexico State Golden Gloves Championship. Robert Tanuz in the white top with the red trunks, white stripe down the side. His opponent, Daniel Perez from Albuquerque. He's wearing the red top with the black trunks. This is action from approximately 1987, the New Mexico State Golden Gloves. 147-pound division is the welterweight division. And there you see Robert Tanuz now sneaking in a big right hand. Tanuz very aggressive, and Daniel Perez will be more of the technician in this fight. Again, you see Perez trying to keep his distance now, shooting the jab out, trying to catch Tanuz charging in. Robert Tanuz will charge in on you. He's very strong, and if he gets inside, look out, he'll give you a lot of trouble. Robert Tanuz again charging in, and Perez trying to counter now. The referee gives him a warning for holding behind the head. Ooh, and Daniel Perez with a good 1-2, good hand speed being shown here by Perez of Albuquerque. Again, he catches Tanuz coming in. And another warning being given by the referee. We're just underway, round 1 here, looking back at the 1987 New Mexico State Golden Gloves. Daniel Perez on the right of your screen, Robert Tanuz on the left, and again, Tanuz gets caught coming in. He's trying to charge his way in, and Perez is ready for him, stepping back and countering. Robert Tanuz, the big bomber out of the Hideout Boxing Club, and Daniel Perez out of the South Valley, Albuquerque Parks and Recreation. Again, you see Perez now ending the flurry with a good right hand, and Tanuz not giving up, continuing to be aggressive now, pushes Perez back into the ropes, and the two tie up. The referee calls for a break, and that ends the first round. So a good opening round for Daniel Perez. Right now you're looking at Robert Tanuz of the Hideout Boxing Club. And he's just going to have to keep trying a little harder. He's got to get inside of those quick hands of Perez and get in there and land some shots if he wants to win this Golden Gloves. And there you see Daniel Perez's corner, Joe Turrieta working with him. We're looking back at the 1987 New Mexico State Golden Gloves 147-pound championship bout. Round 2 underway now, and again, Robert Tanuz goes right back to that aggressive style, hammering on the kidneys on the side there while the two are tied up. And now both men just trading shots. This one's getting wild. Daniel Perez now opens up with both hands. Again, Tanuz bangs on with the right hand to the back. That's the second warning given now by the referee. And Tanuz will get a little bit of adjustment on the headgear. So Daniel Perez continues to wait and counter, being a little patient. Of course, Daniel Perez went on to become a tremendous professional boxer, recently fighting for the NABF super middleweight title. And Robert Tanuz very successful in the Albuquerque Tough Man competitions. So again, Daniel Perez getting a nice little rest there as they work on the headgear, both men getting a rest. And the action is back underway. Round 2, Dan Cisneros here at ringside. We're looking back at the New Mexico State Golden Gloves Championship. An epic battle between Robert Tanuz and Daniel Perez. Now you see Tanuz trying to set up and maybe get a little rhythm. Tries to work his way inside, and Perez missing now, and again Tanuz bangs on him as the two clinch up. And Robert lands a good uppercut. Robert Tanuz with a good uppercut knocks Perez back into the ropes now, and Perez comes out with a right hand. So Daniel Perez looking to counter on Robert Tanuz's aggression, and Robert will try to just continue to be aggressive. He's very strong. He feels he has the edge in strength. And a point taken away from Tanuz. So the referee had warned him several times, and he finally takes a point away. And that's not going to help his cause at all here. There's a good left counter shot by Perez again. Daniel Perez right on the money here. And now Perez throws the right hands and slips out to the right. And Daniel Perez really showing some good boxing skills for such a young man here. Daniel Perez currently ranked as a super middleweight. He is in the top 20 in the world. And you're looking at how he got started, how he worked his way up back in the days when he was an amateur. Daniel Perez in the red shirt. So again, Tanuz tries to land the uppercut, and Perez comes back with a good combination, lands 2 shots to the head, and the bell rings. So Daniel Perez outscoring his very, very strong opponent, Robert Tanuz here. 1 round to go, and I think Robert's probably going to need a knockout to win this fight. There you see Robert being worked on. Looks like a little bit of swelling around the left eye. Taking advice, and I think Robert's going to need to be a little bit busier, is what his corner would probably be asking for at this time. We hope you enjoyed the Johnny Tapia fight. It's good to see Johnny back in action. Hopefully by the time this show airs, he will be wearing the NABF title around his waist, and we'll have 2 NABF champions, Johnny Tapia and Danny Romero, as well as the IBC world champion, Sean McLean. So things are really looking up for boxing here in Albuquerque and the entire state of New Mexico. Very proud of our 3 champions. And of course, the man you're looking at in this bout, Daniel Perez, also was given a title shot, losing a close split decision to Warren Williams. That was for the NABF super middleweight title, and we were just that close to having 4 champions in the state of New Mexico. So we're in the final round now. Daniel Perez in the red shirt continues to work with both hands. Robert Tanuz having a little bit of trouble finding the very slick Daniel Perez. And there's a good left hand to the head of Tanuz, where Daniel Perez landed a solid left. But Tanuz just shows no effect at all. He's like a solid rock man. I mean, you cannot hurt him. He's tremendously strong. Boy, that Robert Tanuz has got to be made out of steel. He's really a strong man. And I think Perez is finding that out again. He lands a 1-2 and another right hand. Comes back to the body, another right hand. No effect. Tanuz just barely steps back on his heels and continues to come forward throwing shots. Perez letting everything go, but no effect on Robert Tanuz. Again, the big right hand over the top. And Tanuz now trying to come back. There he lands a good uppercut. A lot of inside work. This is a very grueling fight. Both men wanting that Golden Gloves title. And again, Perez with the jab right hand comes back to the body now. Tanuz tries to answer back with a body shot. Both men trying uppercuts. And again, Perez landing to the head with a right. And Tanuz again banging on the side, doing a little tap-tap with his free hand. Robert Tanuz again charging forward. Perez just holding his ground now, comes out with a couple of right hands. Good action, both men just letting it fly. Good amateur fight here on the 8-count boxing hour. Both men fighting for that Golden Gloves title. Again, Perez just continuing to work. And the 2 men are starting to slow down a little bit. They may be burning down. They've been burning up a lot of energy here. A lot of punches being thrown. A lot of leaning and pushing on each other. Again, both men just trade right hands and the bell rings. So that's it. It goes the full 3 rounds, and it's in the hands of the judges who will be the winner of this fight. Looking back at a great fight, Robert Tanuz and Daniel Perez really putting on a show for the crowd. And be sure to stay tuned. Coming up, we're going to have a good fight featuring Albuquerque's IBC World Super Middleweight Champion from quite a few years ago when he was much more flamboyant, Irish Sean McLean. And you'll enjoy his getup as he entered the ring. He used to really put on kind of a show, almost like wrestling, coming in. Let's hear it.
In the red corner,
well, there it is. Daniel Perez wins the New Mexico State Golden Gloves. And now stay tuned for some crazy moments in boxing. You're going to like this. Frankie Swindell and Michael Moore. This was wild. Check this out. Crazy moments in boxing.